Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews, movie reviews from a regular dude, where I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, just whatever I feel like doing. I got a comment the other day from somebody who says that they'd like to, this is coming from Sleepy Luna, and she mentioned that she or he, I'm not sure, but they mentioned that they would like to hear some of my own personal stories, like stuff about me. So I thought I'd make a little video about me today. And what I'm going to talk about is, first of all, years ago, I've changed a lot since I've got older, but I used to have a really bad temper and things would set me off. And so I'm going to talk about some of the times that I lost a little bit of control, or I would never get so mad that I actually fought with anybody, but I would see red, get tunnel vision, and the whole 9 yards. I still get angry sometimes, but nothing like I used to. And I think it comes from age and everything, so I thought I'd talk about some of that stuff, and then also some pet peeves of mine, things that just absolutely drive me crazy. Like, the first one I'm going to talk about is like some of the messages that I get on Facebook. Like, I received this one, and it's just some text, and it's supposed to be Satan talking to Jesus, and it says, "Satan, ha 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 ha. Jesus, why are you laughing? Satan, you said this child is yours. Jesus, which one? Satan, the one who is reading. Jesus, yes, it's my child. Satan, your child can't even send this text to 10 people. Jesus, see, my child is going to send it to 15 people right now. Satan, okay, mine will ignore it." I really hate that shit when they try and guilt you into doing something like that. I personally would never share that message just out of principle, because of it just irritates the hell out of me. It's like trying to make me feel guilty for not doing it. That pisses me off so bad when I get a message like that. Most of the time, I'll just skip right over it. Another one of my pet peeves is like walking into a building, if I hold a door open for somebody and they don't say thank you. I mean, it's so easy to just say thank you. I would do it. I was raised that way. Or if somebody bumps into you and they don't say excuse me, that really pisses me off too. Okay, and then I also have a story about when I really lost my temper. This probably happened 5-6 years ago, I guess. I got to work early, and I went into the break room with some of that microwave popcorn. Thought I'd have some popcorn before I started work, and so I popped the popcorn and everything, sat down and started eating it. And one thing that I know this isn't that big of a deal, but this is just one of those things that really sets me off, is when I bite the side of my mouth or my tongue or something like that. And I was sitting there with some people from work eating the popcorn, and I bit the side of my mouth, and when I did, I jerked because it hurt. The guy that was across from me started laughing at me. I completely, it's funny now that I think about it, but at the time, I completely lost control. I picked up the stuff that was on the table and chucked it across the break room, threw the popcorn away. I almost tipped the table over, and I went just storming out of the break room. And everybody was kind of like, they all backing off and everything, and yeah, I completely flipped out that day, I admit it. Another time, this was years before that, I worked at a meat packing plant, and I loaded trucks. and it was a really, really hard job. It's the hardest physical job I've ever had in my life. What they did is they'd run a conveyor belt inside the trailer, and just outside of the trailer there were rollers that would roll up, and then they'd go all the way around to the back in the storage room where they kept all the boxes of meat and everything. And there'd be two guys putting them on the rollers in the back with me, one guy, in the trailer. So they could really swamp you if they wanted to. And I loaded one time 525 boxes of hamburger, which they average anywhere from like 75 pounds to like 82, 83 pounds per box. I loaded 525 of them in about 20 minutes. So you're cooking, you're moving really, really fast. It's true, you don't have to bend over to pick them up off the floor because they're coming waist high, but it's really, really a hard job. And I remember one day I was walking out of the trailer because we had to go out to find out, you know, the guy up in the control room to find out how much weight we had, because we could only put a certain amount of weight in the front half of the trailer and then the rest of it in the back half of the trailer. You wanted the front half lighter than the back half. And I was walking out of the trailer, and those dock lights that swing inside, I had my head down and I hit that dock light with my hard hat, and it knocked my hard hat off, and my earplugs popped out of my ears and everything. And I looked up and they was laughing at me upstairs, and I grabbed the dock light and I actually hung from it, and I ripped it right off the wall and chucked it across the dock. And yeah, I got in trouble for that one. They didn't fire me, but I did get written up for it and got in a little bit of trouble. But that's another one of my little blow-ups. Another one, I won't say where I was working, but I'll just say it was in retail, and that will probably give you an idea. This was probably, would have been about 3 years ago probably. I had just got off work and I was walking out to my car, and I was walking out through the lobby and everything, and there was a guy that I recognized. He went into the gym all the time, and I always thought this guy was a real dick. I never liked him. He's one of those muscle heads, you know, that goes into the gym, and he's just a real dick. But he was on one of those electric carts because he had hurt his knee, and he couldn't get the electric cart to move. And so I thought, well, I'll stop and I'll be a nice guy, and I'll stop and try and help him get it going. And so I was trying to help him get it going, and he was getting more and more impatient as it was going. And finally he just looked up and he says, "Hey, why don't you get somebody who knows what the hell they're doing?" And I completely lost it. And I says, "You know what? And there's going to be cussing here, just so you know," because I did cuss at him. But I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm actually off the clock, and I don't have to help you if I don't want to, so you can go fuck yourself." And I said that right to his face, and I turned and walked out the door, and he just sat there and didn't say a word. That was actually one of the proudest moments of my life. I felt really good about that because I didn't like that guy from the start. I was just trying to be nice to him, just, you know, to be a nice guy and everything, because, hey, I'm not only a regular dude, I'm a nice dude. But that day, I just couldn't do it. And it made me feel so good to be able to finally tell somebody off. And I was off the clock, I wasn't working, I was going home, so I really didn't care. Anyways, that's just a few of my little temper tantrums, I guess you might want to call them. Like I said, I've calmed down a lot since, you know, I've gotten older and everything. And I think it comes from, I was told that my grandfather on my dad's side had a really, really bad temper like that. Like throwing his lunchbox at work at people and stuff like that. So my grandma actually started packing his lunches in paper bags because he would get mad at somebody and hit him with his lunchbox. But I never did get so mad that I actually got violent towards another person. I would hit inanimate objects like the wall, or throw tables and stuff like that. And also my dad had a really bad temper when he was younger too. He used to get in a lot of fights and stuff like that. But like I said, I never really did that. But there was a couple times. I think the reason that I didn't is because most of the time when I would lose it like that, people would back away. They'd leave. Because I think they saw that I was, maybe thought that I was mentally unstable or something. But if it would have come down to it, I probably would have fought. But never had to. So that's just a few stories. If you like this video, that's a little bit more about me. If you like this video, let me know in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And don't be mad, be happy.
Bye.